Headline edition, July 8, 1947. The Army Air Forces has announced that a flying disc has been found and is now in the possession of the Army. Army officers say the missile, found sometime last week, has been inspected at Roswell, New Mexico, and sent to Wright Field, Ohio, for further inspection.
Hey, how you doing? I thought I'd show you the end of the video at the beginning, in case you don't watch it all the way through. This is a different one. Coming down, kind of had an arc to it at the beginning and went behind a cloud, but it was coming straight down nonetheless. And this here is a color image of the video that you were watching at the beginning in infrared. This is a color version of it, and you can see the same basic angle that thing is sitting at in the infrared. This is another still out of the color video that I want to show you, and I had to zoom in on them a little bit to be able to show you these close up like this. But this thing's got a wider base than it does at the top, and depending on what angle you're looking at it from, it changes the appearance of it. But it seemed to be settled in pretty good at that one angle there at the end of the video nonetheless. But in this color video at the beginning, you'll hear me say that whatever this is coming straight down, and it's a short video because I just locked the camera in place. I'm really unsure about the 900 taking videos at night, so I wasn't sure if it was actually capturing something at night or not. So I wanted to just lock it in place and let the object pass down through the viewfinder and go from there. So that's what I did. This here is an actual photograph that I took. I took two of them, and you can hear that in the infrared when you watch it. I click the camera twice and then turn the video on. But this is 1 second at 125 millimeters. And in the videos, you'll see it flash, and you can see that right here. It expands and contracts also, whatever it is. This is another actual photograph of it. And you can see it's kind of got a wider base than it does at the top. It's got that same angle going on, and yet it is contracting occasionally and expanding, and it's going in this direction, of course. So you can still see the basic outline from what I believe to be a wider base here of 4 points, probably, would be my guess. I mean, that's just, my thinking on it. I'd like to know what you think about it, that's for sure. Because this is definitely different. It's not an airplane coming in for a landing, and that's what I thought for a time or two as I was photographing it or filming it in the infrared. I mean, because I would see a occasional flash, and I thought, well, that's just a strobe, and it's just coming right at me, and that's probably all there is to it. But the screen grab right here clearly indicates that there's no lights on what you can see to be outside edges of whatever this thing is. So I don't think that's a landing light, because I just don't. I don't know what this thing is, to be honest with you. Anyway, let me show you the color video of this thing here. Whatever it is, coming straight down. So yeah, there wasn't much to that, but it did make for some good screen grabs. And 9:19. Yeah, it was filmed at 9:19. But anyway, it did make for some interesting screen grabs and confirmation of what I'm looking at here, because I filmed it longer in the infrared than I did with the camera. So that was the first picture. I think I talked over it. And then the second one happens right in here. And I turn the video camera on. After I lock it in place, you'll hear me say the same thing again. You see those two stars right here? You can kind of use this for a little bit of perspective. You can see it's coming down at an angle, which gave me reason to think that it was probably an airplane, but it's certainly not. Now here you'll hear me say the same thing again once I lock it in position.
Whatever that is, coming straight down practically.
So it's at this time that I was doing the short color video, and you see it flash. I mean, I'm not sure what we're looking at here, but like I said, I've filmed several of these recently coming straight down, and I've yet to be able to capture what it is that they're coming out of, if they are. I mean, I just see them and they're already on the way straight down, so I don't know where exactly they're coming from yet, but I'm working on it. Now, as it's getting lower, I have curtain canvas up to keep the light out as I'm filming and photographing stuff. And so now it's getting so low that I'm not going to be able to keep filming it because there's trees and a horizon line in the distance. And if I don't move the camera, it'll be down below the curtain there, and I won't be able to film it anymore. So that created a whole new set of problems when I moved the camera.
I'm gonna reposition this.
So as you might know, with infrared, when it's sending a beam out, if there's anything close, it's reflecting that infrared right back into the lens, and it fogs out whatever it is that you're actually trying to look at. So long story short, I'm fumbling with the other camera trying to get an actual photograph of this. I had to turn the infrared off because it was blurring out what it was that I was trying to see. Now I've got an image of it in just black and white, and I can't get a photograph of it. So I'm switching back and forth here trying to accomplish something, and in the meantime this thing just wigs out on me and it's gone. So that's on me. So I couldn't really see it with my naked eye, but with the aid of these cameras and stuff, they were able to pick up the light. And like I said, the interference in the video, especially the infrared there, made me think that, you know, maybe that thing is not all that far away, because that horizon line is like 3 miles away, and I thought it was sitting beyond that. Well, if it isn't and it's sitting up much closer, then it makes sense that it would interfere with the camera much more readily. So I honestly don't know what was going on with this one, but it was pretty interesting looking anyway, in my opinion. So I'd like to know what your opinion about it is, that's for sure, because I don't know at this stage of the game what we're looking at here. But anyway, I appreciate you hanging in there if you did all this time. And well, I just rattled on here, and take care out there no matter what you're doing. I hope we get to do this again sometime. Appreciate you having a look. Thanks again.